All right, so with number 8, all we have to do is subtract. The denominators are already the same. So we're going to subtract. It's going to be 9x plus 8. Now we're going to subtract, which means that 3x is going to be negative, as well as that positive 2 is going to become negative. And 4x minus 6 stays the same at the bottom. So let's combine our like terms. 9x minus 3x is 6x. And then 8 minus 2, which is 6. Now we can actually factor out a 6 at the top, and we're left with x plus 1. And then on the bottom, we can factor out a 2. We have 2x minus 3. Now we can simplify more by saying 6 divided by 2, which is 3. So that 3 will stay at the top. And we're left with the answer H. Now with 13, what we're going to do is we're going to simplify those square roots. And we want them all to be the same so that we can subtract. So 75, that splits into square root of 25 and 3. So 5 square root of 3. Now there's a negative 2 already on the outside, so we're going to multiply that. Negative 2, which becomes negative 10 square root of 3. Now this is 4 and 3. This is 2 square root of 3. And there's already a 5 on the outside, so that's 5 times 2, which is 10 square root of 3. And now we're left with these numbers and negative 4 square root of 3. Now that all the square roots are the same, we can actually subtract. But if you notice, we have 10 square root of 3 minus 10 square root of 3. All of this cancels out, so we're actually just left with negative 4 square root of 3. So for number 14, we're gonna solve for x. So we solve by dividing both sides by square root of 3. So that cancels out, and we have negative 2 square root of 5 over square root of 3. Now, the thing here is that we can't have a square root on the bottom. So what we need to do is we need to simplify this by multiplying square root of 3. So on this bottom here, what's going to happen is that this square roots cancel out. So we have 3 on the bottom. And then at the top, we can say square root of 5 times square root of 3 is square root of 15. So negative 2 square root of 15 over 3. Now looking at number 15, something similar where we need to get rid of that 2 minus I on the bottom. So we're going to multiply both sides by 2 plus I. So what this is going to cause is at the top we have 3 plus I, 2 plus I. So when we multiply all those together, we have 6, 3i, 2i, and then we have I squared. Now I squared turns to negative 1. So we have 6 minus 1, which is 5. And then we have 3i plus 2i, which is 5i. Now for the other one, we have 2 minus I, 2 plus I. So 2 times 2, which is 4, 2 times I, which is 2i, 2 times negative I, which is negative 2i, and then negative I squared. Now again, I squared turns into negative 1, but since it's a negative, it actually turns into positive 1. So we have a 5 at the bottom, and then these negative 2i and 2i cancel out. So now at the top, we have 5 plus 5i. At the bottom, we have 5. Now we can simplify this by dividing 5 by 5, which is 1, and 5i by 5, which is 1i. So 1 plus I.